Hi everyone, it's Danny here, and this video is quite overdue. I recently done a video on how to pass the NPLQ course Generation 10, and it was all about the swim test, which is what you would do before the course. And I said there was another video coming in very soon about the actual course itself, what to expect and how to get through it. And I'm only now recording this video, so here it is. So this video is all about going on the NPLQ course, and it's about the actual course itself, what you're going to be doing, what to expect, how to get through it, and how to pass and get 100% in your assessment. So an NPLQ, if you don't know already, it stands for National Pool Lifeguard Qualification. This is what you would need to get if you want to lifeguard pools in the UK, indoor or outdoor. Obviously it doesn't cover the beach, that's a completely different qualification altogether, but this will cover you for lifeguarding pools in the UK, hotel pools, all that sort of stuff. Leisure pools, we'll get into it very shortly. Usually it depends on where you're doing your course, however the course is usually set around 5 days. So 5 days in 1 week, or it could be done over a few weekends. It all depends on your instructor, which is known as a TA, trainer assessor, and they'll let you know before your course starts the schedule of it and how it's going to work, but typically it would run over 5 days. So on day one, you're going to be given your lifeguarding Bible. This is your candidate manual. You get to keep this for the rest of your life, forever and ever and ever. This is Generation 10, so all the sections are in this book. So you've got Section 1, Section 2 and Section 3, which you need to study and you're going to learn all about during your course on the NPLQ. On day one, usually you are going to be doing Section 1. So this is all about the lifeguard, the swimming pool and supervision, and it's all about the law. So Section 1 is the red section in the book. So if you can see, everything is color coded in the book. You got red, then you got blue, then you got green at the back. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. There's the 3 sections. So the way I always refer to Section 1 is all theory based. There is nothing to do with getting in the swimming pool in Section 1. It's all about the law, any UK legislation. You're going to learn about swimming pools and lifeguards and what your employer has to do and what you have to do as a lifeguard. And then probably towards the end of the day, you will start doing some CPR. So we need to get you on some mannequins relatively early on in the course. It is so important to just keep going over and over and over CPR as much as possible during your NPLQ course, so that you know what to do in the event of an unfortunate real situation where hopefully you would never have to do it, but you would know what to do if you ever were in that situation that you needed to do CPR on a casualty. Then we move on to day 2. Day 2 is a little bit more interesting. You're going in the pool more for a longer time, and you're going to be learning about rescue skills and start learning whistle, 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 lifeguard going in. You're going to learn that phrase a lot, and you're going to have to remember to do that every single time you enter that swimming pool. So yeah, day 2, you are definitely in the pool, and you're going to learn about your rescue techniques. It's all about being confident in real situations, working as a team. It's so important. Teamwork is being a lifeguard, and on the course as well. It's so important that you talk to your team members and your classmates, because you all want to pass, you all want to get through, so do it together. At this point, don't be afraid to ask questions. The chances of someone else thinking the same question or thinking the same thing as you is really high. So make sure you ask questions to your trainer, and no question is wrong, no question is silly, no question is like has never been asked before. So just ask it. If you are unsure about something, just ask the question and then you'll know, and everyone in the class will know. Don't be afraid to ask. Day 3, you're going to be doing more pool work. You're going to be going in the swimming pool and doing some spinal injuries. You're going to probably be introduced to the vice grip, turn and trawl, and you'll probably be introduced to the PXB or the rescue board, depending on the venue and what rescue equipment they've got at their swimming pool. You'll also be doing more first aid, so you'll be doing more section 3 work, as well as section 1 as well. You'll be doing probably a few hours on section 1 or a couple of hours on section 1, maybe 3 hours in the pool, and then a few hours after lunch doing some first aid bits. I would always send my candidates home without any homework. I don't send anyone home with homework. I try and treat it not like school. I try and treat everyone like adults, even though the minimum age to go on the NPLQ course is 16. So some of them can be at college, or some of you might be at college. Personally, I don't send anyone home with homework. I just ask, as long as the book is filled in, your candidate manual is filled in by the end of the week, by assessment day, then I don't mind when it's done or how it's done, as long as it's not in class time and as long as it's done away from the classroom, then yes, this needs to be filled in by assessment day. On day number 4, you're going to come in, hopefully you're not too tired by this point. I've always found that by day 3, day 4, you're coming in, you're quite tired, because you are going to need to do your time swims. I get my candidates to do time swims every single day when they're in the pool. Apart from the last day, I like to let them have a rest, have a break, because their assessment's probably going to be the next day. So yeah, you're going to come in hopefully not too tired. You're going to learn more in section 1, more in section 2, more in section 3. I'd be here all day if I was to tell you everything that is in each of the sections. If there is something you want to know about a particular skill, a particular first aid section, or a particular rescue skill, let me know in the comments and I can do another video on it, and hopefully I won't take months to release it. It's really important to remember, if you don't get something right the first time, it doesn't matter, okay? Your trainer is there to correct you and to help you. If they say, no, you're not doing it correctly, it's nothing against you. It's just because we want the best out of you. We want the best standard as a lifeguard. So don't get upset or annoyed or a bit frustrated if you get stopped or get told that's incorrect, you need to do it this way. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it at this point. Your trainer will only put you forward for an assessment if you are deemed competent to go to an assessment. If they think, yep, you've got a really good chance of passing, no issues there, I'm putting you forward for an assessment. That'll be on the last day where they decide if you're going for an assessment or not. Then we get to day 5. So this is your final day on the course. Yes, you got to the end of the week. Well done. On the final day, you're going to perform your final scenarios. You're going to go through rescue skills again, everything you've learned in the pool. I wouldn't get my candidates to do time swims on this last day because I want to give them a rest before tomorrow, because it's usually going to be the assessment on the next day. It's really important that you stay calm, stay relaxed and stay focused. You are nearly at the end of this at this point. Please ask questions. Please ask for demonstrations from your trainer. Other classmates might do a demonstration for you if they're feeling really confident about something. The trainer might get them to demonstrate something that is already at a pass. And that's another thing on this course. You will get told, personally I do it, if something is really good and you know it's a good standard, you'll get told, yep, that's passable, you got no issues there. Still go over it, but it's at a pass at this point, because your TA is also an assessor, but they can't we can't assess you because that would be biased, and we're just going to pass everyone on our course because we're being biased. So an external assessor comes in on the next day, which is day 6, or at the end of day 5, depends on what's happening on your course schedule. I will do another video on what's going to happen in your assessment and what to expect, how long things are going to take, and what happens if there's more than 6 of you, all that sort of information. I will do another video on what's going to happen in your assessment for your NPLQ course. But I just want to give you a few tips now on things that I wish I knew, or I was told before I started the NPLQ course. Tip number 1 is bring more than one set of swimwear. So it's happened before, and it's happened on a course that I've run before. if you bring one set of swimwear and something happens in the pool where we need to then split into two, go in the morning or go in and then go in the afternoon, so there's 2 pool sessions that we need to go into, you need 2 sets of swimwear, otherwise you're going to be getting back into wet swim stuff. So always, every single day on the course, bring 2 sets of swimwear. Be proactive, ask questions, listen carefully, and make sure you try and take as much in as possible. We will try and get you on your course. Hopefully your TA will do the same, but we'll try and get you up on your feet, stay engaged, stay involved, and just try and keep you awake, because some of it can be draining, especially this section 1 stuff. Everything in section 1 can be quite, it's all about the law and hazards and risk assessments and all that sort of stuff. So try and stay alert, stay focused. That is what you're going to need to do as a lifeguard anyway. Remember, we are watching you and we are assessing you throughout the course to decide at day 5 if we're going to put you forward for an assessment or not. If you're able to, do some practice outside the classroom. Now, I don't mean go home and practice CPR on your brother, sister, mum, dad, whoever, and actually do CPR. Like, I don't mean that. I mean, go swimming. Get yourself back at the pool later in the evening. Go for a light swim just to keep your stamina up, just to keep your swimming abilities up. And you can practice some bits in the pool. Go with a couple of people from the classroom. Just let the lifeguards know what you're doing. Ideally do it at the same pool that you're doing the course at, because they'll know who you are anyway at this point. But yeah, definitely get in the pool, do some practice some slings at home for your first aid, practice choking. I don't mean like choke, I mean like practice choking on someone else the safe way that you're going to learn, the training way. And it's really important just to stay positive throughout the whole week. You will pass if you put your 100%, 110% in, and you listen and you take everything in and you fill in the book all together. There is quite a lot of pages you need to fill in. At the end of each element there is a revision section like so. This is in section 2, and you'll need to fill in things like this throughout your course. Okay. If you want to have a bit more information on this, a bit more going into a bit more detail on what's in this book, I can do another video on it if you want, but let me know in the comments. So that's just a quick overview of what to expect during your week on your NPLQ course. It is super rewarding. It is really, it's a brilliant qualification to have. You can go and work in any pool in the UK if they're lifeguards, and if their pool runs under the NPLQ, then you can go and lifeguard, which is generally 99% of swimming pools in the UK are NPLQ based. Some of them are STA based. It's a completely different course, but yeah, if you do your NPLQ and you get yourself into a leisure job, the opportunities are honestly endless. I started as a lifeguard when I was 16, and then I become a swimming teacher. Then I become a TA, which is what I do now. So I deliver these courses and assess these courses. And yeah, it's really rewarding. Leisure it's got so many little directions you can embark off on in your leisure career. You could become a duty manager, you could become the general manager of the leisure centre, but most of these jobs you need to have an NPLQ. So this is step 1 on your leisure journey ladder. So I hope that video was helpful. Please hit subscribe, click the bell notification to get updates on when the next video comes out. If you want a video on what happens in your assessment, please let me know in the comments, and I will do a video as soon as I possibly can on the assessment day, for what happens on your assessment day. And I could possibly do one on your theory test, because you're going to have to do a theory test, and I'll let you know what happens, what sort of questions you're going to get on your theory test as well. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back soon with another video. If you're about to go on your NPLQ course soon, let me know in the comments. Best of luck to you. You can do it. Remember to stay positive and keep practicing, and you will pass. I promise you. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.